program where we hit the nail on the head. We say it as it is, and our focus usually is on issues affecting our individual lives or our national lives. Today is not going to be an exception. I'm Dominic Abeokuta, welcoming you to today's program, and this afternoon we are delving into the contentious debate of Nigeria's proposal to shift from the current federal system of government to a regional framework. Proponents of this bill believe that it is capable of solving long-standing security challenges, economic challenges, and also environmental challenges. In the course of the program, we are going to be looking at how potent really is the regional government which is being proposed. I mean, according to what we have heard, the president will take delivery of this bill this week, and probably it would actually be forwarding same to the National Assembly for discussion, and then for them to take a critical look at it, and then probably take it back to him for assent. These are many more we are going to be looking at in the next couple of minutes, and I've been joined in the studio by two distinguished personalities. Yes, they are public affairs analysts of repute, and they are going to be looking at this proposed regional government bill that is going to be received by the president this week, hopefully. I have from my immediate right Chief SAMSON or ODEBO. He is a former local government chairman and also a public affairs analyst. Thank you so much for your time with us this afternoon.
Thank you, viewers. Good afternoon.
And also joining the conversation is DELE AYODO. DELE AYODO is a public affairs analyst and of course a seasoned broadcaster. It's a pleasure having you join us in this conversation.
Thank you for having me. Happy Salah and good afternoon. Good afternoon, Nigeria. Now
let us delve heard that the president would actually be taking delivery of this bill this week, and the president is supposed to look at it and then forward it to the National Assembly as an executive bill. What do you think is the motivation behind this change from regional to, from federal system of government to regional system of government? Yes, we have been hearing it quite a number of as a matter of fact, most of the presidential candidates in the last election promised to have something of such nature, and now we are seeing it in reality. What do you think is the motivation, really? Let me start from you, Chief SAMSON ODEBO.
Thank you and God bless. Perhaps I would like to start from the spiritual realm with this song that was given to me spiritually. Mosiri Nigeria ti tun kan tí ó dára, nítorí Nàìjíríà ti ṣáájú ti lọ. Mosiri Àsíá ti tun kan tí ó lẹ́wà, lórí Nàìjíríà ti tun náà. Ara ẹ dúró lórí ìlérí náà, nítorí Ọlọ́run wo ló ti tọ́ ni. Àlàáfíà rẹ̀ yóò sì máa bá wa gbé nínú Nàìjíríà tí tún náà. That is it. Before I answer that question, I would like to tell you about my perception about Nigeria. Nigeria, to my mind, is a natural economic unit in a unique position to contribute to the common goal of the federation called the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We have tried so many systems of governance in this country, and we have passed through so many stages of governance. Do we want to talk about the pre-colonial era? We want to talk about the colonial era, or we want to talk about post-colonial colonial era independence and first republic and so on and so forth, and the intermittent military incursion. If you look at it properly now, Nigeria is being governed under what we call presidential system of government, and we have experienced a lot of inadequacies in that system, and as a result of that, we are looking towards another system that can be practiced, that will lead us to what we call the promised land, and that must have been what actually motivated the Mr. President to look into that direction. Like I said earlier, we are being governed under the arrangement known as presidential system of government, with a three-tier level structure of governance as against the hitherto parliamentary system of government. And I said earlier that it has been characterized by a very high financial overhead burden, with an endless search for an appropriate revenue sharing formula that will be pleasing to all and sundry, amongst other contentious issues and man-made complications, and that must have been why Mr. President is now looking into other way to really fashion out a system that will actually put together our cultural experience, our differences, to be used as a strength, and to move Nigeria forward.
Probably because of the conversation, we are going to look at those items in the bill, the proposed regional bill, which you feel will serve as the magic wand that will turn things around. But let me come to you, DELE AYODO. Looking at this, really, some persons have said even the so-called federal or presidential system of government that we are practicing at the moment, we are not even practicing it to the letter. We are not really bringing out the ideals of true federalism in system of government that we claim to be practicing. And that's largely because of the interest of our own selfish interest of our politicians. And so even if you now bring a regional government, if some people still sit down somewhere and say it will not work maximally, it will still not work. So the problem really is not with the system of government, but the people managing the system. Do you agree with that?
Interesting. First, I didn't know my broncos something will need to help him wax that record and perhaps push it to become maybe a stanza in the national anthem. I'm a Nigerian who believe in Nigeria strongly, no matter the situation. I know there are issues, I know there are flaws, but Nigeria will, just like you said, I'm very optimistic that this is not where Nigeria should be. I haven't said that again, Dominic, I'm not sure that that's a bill yet. Came as a bill. I was told it's a memorandum. But be that as it may, is the content of the memorandum that a particular group intends to push rightly. So, now whatever the content is, whatever the argument is, none of them is new. In the content of the argument for pushing Nigeria forward, I think the idea of a fresh noise over regionalism or whatever it's called, to me is a result of, again, rightly so, frustrated Nigerians, frustrated people, almost all of us, including the AYODO, frustrated because this is not where we expect Nigeria to be. Frustrated that what we are seeing does not make us happy in terms of those who are leading us. So, and I think that's where that push for let's do it differently is coming from people think if we go back to regionalism or whatever it is, it will be a solution. Having said all this, now to the presidential system, I would say, honestly, there's nothing wrong in the presidential system. Nothing, believe it. But the problem is the application of that system presidential system is supposed to come with true federalism. Believe it, if you have true federalism, it won't be issues. The so-called humongous and lifestyle aberration that we see from our leaders, not just National Assembly, even from the so-called political appointees, does not come with true federalism. You understand that? Even if you have true federalism, there won't be noise about minimum wage. Because true federalism will come with resource control. And that's where the argument about restructuring, of course, regionalism or whatever is part of the restructuring agenda. And that's why somebody like me do not believe that until we break down the country called Nigeria into different components, that we say we are restructuring. No, we can begin to restructure even from the state. The state government can decide work governance according to what the Constitution says. It's restructuring. And we don't have to sit down anywhere and say there will be 60 people should go. No. If we have that true federalism added to presidential system, no, we won't have this problem. We won't be spending that much. All our leaders will not become overlords. You understand that things to work the way it works. So I'm not one of those who condemns presidential system of government. Well, incidentally, yes, I was alive when the presidential system before it was transcribed in 1966. I was already in this country, but I cannot talk much about it practically. But for the presidential system, I voted in the 1973 election. So since then, I understand that the problem is not in the nomenclature, presidential system, or the style. It is in the operators, like the problem we have with our constitution. If we have the operators follow our constitution the way it should be, we won't have issues. We were in this country, Dominic. We were in a country where we have our number two seat, our vice president, not just a professor of law, a senior advocate. We have an attorney general who is a senior advocate. We have not less than 6 senior advocates in the so-called Federal Executive Council, and lawyers then the Supreme Court gave a judgment, and an individual who does not have an idea of going to a lawyer said no, is not going to obey the law. Supreme Court, and nothing happened.
Which of the judgments are you talking
The judgment about Naira, that we should not, they should not force us to change it. I didn't say that. It's all of us should remember it. The Supreme Court said no, they cannot force us. We should continue to use it. The man said no. He disobeyed the law. Nothing happened. And we will not blame the Constitution for that. That's where I have issues. So it's not, it is in the operators, not in what we have in the books.
now? It's in the operators. I'm sure. I mean, he has spoken so well on the fact that yes, it's not about the document, it's not about the system, but the individuals who run and manage the system. Do you really have fears that even when we now shift to the regional system of government, that we will not have people who would actually sit down somewhere and say this will not work as expected?
Yeah, thank you. I quite agree with him. And that was why I said in my submission earlier that from our experiences over the years, most of these things that we are calling problems or challenges are man-made. Like he has said, it is those people that are implementing the so-called systems that are the real problem. But the system to itself does not give an environment in which people can be easily checked rather than there, or people can be easily caught. We copied the presidential system of government from the Americans, hook, line, and syndrome, without giving thought to our cultural and environmental background. And like he has said, the presidential system of government does not get seen through federalism. It is even there embedded in it. But much power has been given to the center. And that is why we are having all these problems that we are having. I that is being proposed is capable of checking all these negative experiences of our time. Like my own idea system and sustainable system of government are this. One, it should be able to enlist the confidence and support of the people in general to adhere and to achieve the stated objectives, popularly known as social microeconomic objectives. People have lost confidence in the presidential system because it gives too much power to the center, because it has not been practiced the way it should be practiced, given taking into consideration our cultural background, environmental background, and so on and so forth. And even the system of people getting into power has not been checked. I mean, the system that if you have money, you are able to buy people and you are able to get there. To the extent that those people that are in power now do not even believe that we are the ones that actually voted for them. Most of them believe that it is their money that actually took them to the place. As a result of that, they don't even have any reference or any regard to the people. Their selfish interest on how to recoup their capital back, on how to get more money. When I say capital, most of them have sold their houses, properties here and there. So when they get to the place, they want to recoup that money back, and then they again want to acquire as much as possible to be able to stay in power. And that is what the presidential system of government has given us. But in this situation now, the power, if you don't look into the nitty-gritty of the proposed, let's say, bill or memorandum, we look at it and you now discover that much power have now been given to the people at the grassroots, rather than concentrating the power to the people. Then another area that I consider to be an ideal system of governance is that it should be capable of upholding the rules of law and empowering the people to enhance their potentials for growth and development. When I say enhance their potentials, and then to be able sense that you give me qualitative education, you give me good quality health facilities and all other things. I should not be in a position to provide my water for myself, tie the road to my area, or provide the energy to my house. I want a system that should be capable of giving me all these things, and then I can easily pay for it. In an advanced country of the world, water does not go. The electricity is there, but you pay for it. But they are there for you. But in our own situation here, you almost provide everything for yourself, despite the fact that you are paying tax. So this system that I'm talking about, if it is well implemented, like he has said, is capable of doing all these things.
I will come back to you and also get your thoughts on how you feel it can be well implemented, and then there will not be human interference really that would actually truncate all of these promises that you have reeled out. I mean, because they sound very, very juicy, really, and I'm sure that as many who are watching would not want to wait any longer for this regional system of government to be implemented, if it will really bring all of these to them. But let me come to you, DELE AYODO. Let us look at it. We have been having different governments who, I mean, while they were contesting for elections, they were talking about regionalism. I mean, laying emphasis on it. But it appears that as soon as they get to power, they take their eyes off it, really. And quite a number of persons still feel it's largely because regionalism would actually decentralize. It will take away power from the government at the center. And we want to do everything humanly possible to acquire power and then also reduce the power that he has gotten. Do you think President Tinubu would, after taking this memorandum, would be able to send it to the National Assembly for consideration, and if the National Assembly approves it, do you think it will pass it? I mean, because at the end of the day, we are also looking at president?
Obviously, trust me, I look at things from the practical aspect, not from my ideal or from the academics. I'm not sure even DELE, if he gets there, we want to present over a weaker Nigeria. I'm not a part of them, and neither the executive or the National Assembly. I'm not sure that bill will get to the National Assembly. I'm not sure. Like I said, that's not the only way to resolve all the issues we have. Regionalism, whatever it is also a component of the so-called true federalism. I want to assume that all of us understand what true federalism entails. I'm not going to go into the details, but I simply means the power that you have a weaker center. We will still have the same president. And believe me, that's the best way to reduce the powers of the governors and the presidents. And it will make the state become prosperous. And then there will be healthy competition between the governments. The state will know its limits, will not be competing with Lagos State. This one that we have people in Safara or Ekiti want to get the same salary or wage as those in Lagos. It's also in different parts of the world. In UK, what you are being paid in London is different from what you are going to be paid in an area like Grimsby, in the northeast, or even in Newcastle. It's going to be different from what you are going to get in Manchester. These are bigger places. The same thing in the United States. What you are going to get in LA is different from what you get in Philadelphia. So they are different because of the sizes and that's what federalism enhances. You will be proud to be a member of the state. The region will no longer be that much for you. I'm not sure there is any head of state or any president without who want to give it up. Mikhail Gorbachev, till today, rather than being seen as a hero, because that's what the West wants. The United States do not want anybody to compete with it. So they need to break down the powerful Russia. And they succeeded with Mikhail Gorbachev when he died, Abeokuta, the man who was the head of the state, who was supposed to give him a state burial, they don't even attend. They just threw him like they are burying a common man. And he said, so that's the price he paid for reducing the power of Russia. So I'm not sure there will be anybody in the country today, I don't know of those coming, where the present calls of politicians, including Israel, I'm not a politician, but I'm not sure I want to break Nigeria down. I'm not sure I want to reduce that power. My brother, Igbadun Gidini. So it's not easy to take that away, for it will take heavenly intervention for anybody. It would just be like it happened to Apostle Paul when he was Saul. His intention was different, and when he was struck on his way, he changed. That's what can happen. Besides that, I'm not blaming anybody, Tinubu or Peter Obi or Atiku Abubakar about this. It's the reality of where we are.
Now, what do you think would actually make this, because you are a proponent really of this regional government, and you believe that it holds so much of juicy promises really for the country. What do you think would actually make this regional system of government to be successful, and of course there will not be hindrances or interference?
Thank you. My brother Ayodo said one thing. He said it will take heavy intervention, and I so much believe that heavy intervention is coming to pass through President Asiwaju Tinubu, because I strongly believe that God is using him. He's not the one doing it, but God is using him. Ara edu lori ile rina nítorí Ọlọ́run ojú títọ́ ní ìlérí náà yóò sì wá sí ìmúṣẹ nínú Nàìjíríà tí ètò náà. To me, Nigeria is a great and the land is very fertile, very green, with abundant mineral and human resources. If you look into my book, the one I published in 1999, God Rules the Kene, with a professional accountant in power, I said that amongst others, our founding fathers worked for the indivisibility of this country. Here lies our strength. The population, the vast resources, are enormous threats to the entire world. Therefore, if we harness and make judicious use of these resources, the world will tremble before us. I am a very good proponent of these regional pieces, in the sense that what my brother said we come to materialize. The system is capable of giving us true federalism in the first instance. Devolution of power. Like he said, power is sweet. I remember when I was a sole administrator in local government. If not for God, if you taste power, you will know that power is sweet. Because you are number one citizen, you are protected, you have everything within yourself. But if you look at this one strategically that I'm talking about, they are proposing a two-tier government, system of government, the federal government, the states, which will become regions. The states will come together, they become regions. And the present state will now be seen as provinces. It will be a sort of provincial council to be headed by a chairman. And then the local government will now become divisional institutions with support administrators and so on and so forth. Which means in the first instance, administration will go straight to the grassroots. Then the proposed regions will can match together if they like. I think they are proposing 8 areas, 8 regions. In that proposal, and then they will come together. Number of states will become regions, and then we have equal number of regions, both in the north and the south, and then the middle belt also will come together, so that no one will be seeing the other as bigger than the other one in terms of how do I put it? In terms of people that will govern them, because you go to your tent, you are still Nigeria, but like I said, broken down into a number of segments with power. Then you'll be able to develop at your own pace, just like we did in the past. The West was progressing, the East, the North, and so on and so forth, and we were able to develop this proposed system is capable of giving us that assurance. Then, in addition to that, the grassroots development will be taken care of. Then people will not be able to see themselves as master and omega of all. And then the way you get to that to that power will be different from the way you get to power under the presidential system. Under the presidential system, it has been a sort of what we call rat race syndrome. But under this system, it will no longer be a rat race syndrome. Most of these negative experiences in the presidential system will be corrected, and that is why I believe strongly in this. But like he has said, like I also know it is the people that will implement the system. So much depends on the system, on the people who are going to implement the system. But what I'm trying to say is that if you look at the two systems, presidential system in America, it is being run. They say in America, God bless America, that's what they say they are. And then they believe in rules of law in America. But in Nigeria, they don't believe in rules of law. In America, if you elect somebody of doing certain things, it is a person that you allege that should purge himself. That is the legal system in America. But in Nigeria, if you elect somebody, it is you who has elected somebody that should prove the case beyond reasonable doubt. So if you look at the environment, there are two different environments. So this one, to me, will have taken care of our cultural background, our environmental factors, our heritage, and so on and so forth. Even the obas, the obese, the emirs will be given a role to play in this regional system. So when we are talking of regional system, it is not a case of going back to your tent. It is a case of you coming together for developmental purposes of the area. The other group also coming together to take care of its environment, and then your resources will be controlled by you. You send part of it to the federal. Then if you look at the presidential system of government, where we have the president, we have the vice president, we have the governor, we have the deputy governor. The way they operate the system is that the deputies are being used as extra tire. If you look at it critically, you as a deputy, you have to watch the body language of your boss. If you still want to remain as his deputy or a deputy. But in this system we are talking about, the thing has been broken down into so many fragments that no one will be able to rule over the other, and everybody will be given responsibilities which will be quite distinct from each other, and then everybody will be given his own role to play. And to me, in the long run, people who have selfish interests will not be able to fix into the system anymore, because presently you go there to acquire as much as you want to acquire, and then impoverish the people, and then use your power to deprive the people. Then in this present system of presidential system, I don't see any reason why in your campaign campaign manifesto, you say you want to give people water, you want to give people electricity, you want to give people education, which are supposed to be fundamentals and basic. You will talk about ideology, you talk about things that are far, far beyond the basic things in this type of proposed system. So that's the way I see it.
But this type of, this proposed system will actually not drive itself. It will be driven by humans, really. The same crop of politicians with the same mindset that have operated this presidential system of government will be the ones that will be transiting to these regional systems of government that we are experiencing.
This system that we are talking about, it will have a lot of control measures.
What are those control measures?
Very difficult.
I'm sure.
Right. For example, I said earlier, well, if you have under the chairmanship,
talk about the electoral process, the election. Because
the electoral process has not been actually said discussed. It is a system that has been discussed for now. But if you look at the system where the regions will now become regional government, then we have to be headed by a premier. And then it is within the people that are in the council that we elect their premier, and then other people. It's not the process of election whereby it's only the premier that will be elected here, and then why others will now be elected at the council. So that will checkmate some people scrambling for one post or the other. And then it will also have the legislative arm. But the legislative arm will now come from the main body, not that people will now have to vote for Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C to go there. So, if you look at it from that angle, it is capable of checkmating a lot of rat race syndrome. It is capable of checkmating this money bag syndrome and so on and so forth. That's what I'm saying. It will be broken down into so many things to the extent that you don't have to rely on yourself by giving people money, stomach infrastructure before you can get to the place. It is just like going back to our 1960
independence,
oil independence. You know, during that time, if the military had not come in at that time to truncate the system and then introduce a form of what we call unitary form of government, things would have been quite different. And that is why we have experienced a lot of systems here and there with incursions, military incursions here and there. And that is why we now have to sit down and then evolve a system out of our experiences of the past that we take care or remove the bad experiences of the past, and then that will be able to lead us to the promised land. Now, that means that productivity will have to be increased.
You can be part of the conversation. The number for you to call will be right there on your screen. Feel free to call us and let us also have your thoughts really on these proposed regional government, which many have touted to be the magic wand really to solve many woes really. Now, you have listened to Chief SAMSON or ODEBO. Do you think these really will solve our security problems? Do you
I'm not one of those who believe that regionalism or going back to regional government will solve our problem. The way my boss was analyzing it, I was just looking at somebody who wants to swim in the mud. Here, am I correct? It is mud. That is where it starts. The first feet, it sinks. You attempt to push forward the second feet. Before you know it gets to your chest, and by the time it gets to your chest, anywhere you are gone. I was not looking at the complexity of the whole exploration of further. Again, I said at the beginning of this program, those who are coming with that idea, correctly so, is simply because of the frustration of the seeming inability of the crop of leaders and politicians that were elected to solve our problem. That's why this frustration comes, and this idea of maybe if we do that, it won't work. I mean it. I'm also very serious about about the only hope that I have. That when we have a heavenly intervention, touch the heart for one of the leaders we voted for. That's why I also use the example of Saul, who later became Paul. That was not his mission. It won't be the mission of that person when it's going into the government house. And then the person begins to operate the system, the already existing system, radically. All these, because what I have foreseen is, if you say that they say, okay, they compel, yes, compel all the states into one. I am telling you, the argument of the Ekitis that are pressing the Egbas will come. The argument of those of us who have been natural minorities in the border, that we have been oppressed and suppressed, will come.
Another problem.
All the regions.
Another problem with itself.
Today, who are those operating it? Have you ever had since 1999 a non-Egba man rule, a non-Ogun man rule Ogun State? Ekiti have always ruled Ekiti. Somebody, Osun man has always ruled Osun. When we still have noise of, I was listening to a program in those states, and almost the same complaint that we are complaining in Ogun State was the complaint in Ondo State. They've never been ruled by somebody from Ekiti, their neighbor, or Osun, or Ondo. So that's the problem. But that's why I said, what we have, believe it, all we just need to do is to implement it the way. For instance, let's look at, we just have an elected president of governor who decided that I'm not going to have essays speech from the civil servants, like the military were doing. I'm going to think, what do they do? Special advisor, assistant, what do they advise? They are all there in the core public service and civil service. You cannot be given those for their allowance because you are not giving them additional work